live. All right, good evening, and good afternoon, good morning, or whatever your time zone is when you see this presentation. My name is Cassandra Taylor, and I am the founder and CEO of Top Flight Defense Incorporated, a nonprofit organization created by a woman veteran, myself, for all women. And actually, since we have been partnering with Social Security Administration, all of the information is for everyone, not just women. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you, didn't it rhyme? Ms. Josephine Mueller. Go right ahead, Josephine.
Thank you, Ms. Cassandra. We are so excited to be here with you all today. We have great information in store for you today. We're going to be talking about Social Security Disability Benefits. So we are excited to be here with Top Flight Incorporated on their Facebook Live. Thank you, Ms. Cassandra, for inviting us as continued guests throughout the year. And I am not here alone. As you mentioned, my name is Josephine Mueller. I'm a public affairs specialist with the Social Security Administration, but I'm not here alone. I'm also here with my colleague, Mr. Daniel Summer, who is also a public affairs specialist. We're both going to be providing information regarding Social Security disability benefits. And I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Summer introduce himself to you all. Mr. Summer?
Hello, Josephine and everyone. We are here, and as soon as I get my technical difficulties straightened up, I'll actually be visible. But I'm telling you that I'm not just a voice. I'm a real person, and we have real information for you today. This is Facebook Live. I want you to see my face, so hopefully we'll have all of these technical difficulties fixed, and then we'll just be face-to-face with all that great information about disability and SSI. But for now, Josephine always leads us off with a bit of information, including our disclaimer. So we'll get started there. Josie?
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and read off our disclaimer. Participation in this presentation does not constitute an endorsement by the Social Security Administration, SSA, or its employees of the organizations and information and products not provided by the Social Security Administration. So Daniel and I, when we first started with the agency, we were the friendly faces that you would see when you would walk into your local Social Security field office. So Daniel and I, when we first started with the agency, we processed applications for retirement, Medicare, disability, SSI, as well as replacement Social Security card applications and much, much more. So we are very familiar with many of the field office procedures and the application process. So we are able to now share that information with the community and give you information regarding all the programs and benefits we have to offer, as well as answer your questions. So today we are going to be getting started with and talking about Social Security disability benefits. But before we get started, we want to go ahead and share with you a few updates. As of April 7th of this year, 2022, local Social Security offices added more in-person appointments and are again offering in-person service for people without an appointment. As we expand in-person service, we strongly encourage you to continue to go online, call us for help, and schedule appointments in advance. So we are now seeing people as walk-ins, so you don't have to have an appointment to come to our office. However, we encourage you to do your business online first if you're able to by visiting us at socialsecurity.gov. That's the most convenient way to do business with us. And you're going to save yourself some time where you're not going to have to drive to come see us or wait in a line at a field office. If you're unable to do business online, you can always give us a call at 1-800-772-1213. Many of the transactions that can be done in person or online can also be done right over the phone. So you can always give us a call and we can help you take care of your business over the phone if you give us a call at 1-800-772-1213. Now, if we're unable to help you either online or via phone, you can always visit your local Social Security field office. You may be wondering, well, how do I find out where my local Social Security field office is? Well, here's the answer. If you visit us at www.ssa.gov/locator, this right here, this website is going to help you locate your local office. This is our website, and if you put the /locator in back of it, it's going to bring you to what you're going to see here on this screen, this page, and you'll be able to enter in your zip code, click locate, and find your local office. And of course, Social Security is with you throughout life's journey. And before we talk about Social Security disability benefits, we want to mention how we're with you when you start work and how those disability benefits become available to you. And they become available to you when you work and pay into FICA taxes. And what exactly is FICA? Well, it's a U.S. federal payroll tax deducted from each paycheck. But many of you may already know that because you've seen your paycheck stubs, and you've noticed that there's taxes coming out, and those taxes are FICA taxes, FICA taxes, and those taxes that when we're working and paying into them, we are contributing to them in case we become disabled, for when we retire, or benefits for our children if our children become survivors, and so much more. So it stands for the Federal Insurance Contributions Act. A total deducted is 7.65%, and your employer matches this for a total of 15.3%. And this helps fund both Social Security and Medicare programs. Now, of course, Social Security is with you if the unexpected happens, and we're going to start off with Social Security disability benefits, but then we're going to move on to SSI, and Mr. Summer is going to touch on SSI. But I'm going to go ahead and share with you what the Social Security disability insurance program is. And essentially, it's a program that provides income supplements to people who are no longer able to work because of a significant disability. Now, when we work and pay into FICA taxes, we're contributing to this benefit, to Social Security disability, if the unexpected were to occur. It's for people who no longer are able to perform substantial work activity, and they may qualify if they have a medical condition that's expected to last for at least 1 year or result in their passing, if they're younger than full retirement age and earn less than the substantial gainful activity amount or limit, and if you are blind and at least 55 for certain individuals and have earned a certain number of work credits, you may be eligible for Social Security disability benefits. Now, I mentioned substantial gainful activity, and many of you may be wondering, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, in 2022, this amount is $1,350 per month, and that amount is gross. So if somebody is earning that amount or over, they may not be considered disabled if they're working and earning that amount or over. That's because that's a substantial gainful amount. So for individuals that are earning under that amount and have a disability that's going to last for more than 1 year, they may qualify for Social Security disability benefits. Now, this year, for individuals who are blind, their substantial gainful activity amount is $2,260 per month. So if you are an individual who is blind, this monthly amount is higher. And the monthly earnings amount that we use to determine if a month counts as a trial work period is $970 per month. That's if you are working while receiving Social Security disability benefits. There are programs that allow you and help you if you are somebody who is working while disabled. Now, for SSI, which is the program that Mr. Summer is going to talk about next, that monthly amount is $841 per month for an eligible individual and $1,261 per month for an eligible spouse couple. Now I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Mr. Summer so he can give you some information regarding SSI. Mr. Summer?
Thank you, Josephine. Let's talk just a bit about SSI because people ask that very question. What is that? People really get confused between SSI and disability. They say, well, I'm disabled, I must be getting disability. Well, in some circumstances, that will be true. But other times, people will be receiving supplemental security income, which also helps disabled individuals. But there's a catch. It is a needs-based program that helps provide monthly payments for individuals who have low income, and few resources. So this is to assist people, kind of like TANF for food stamps. It is for those individuals who find themselves disabled. But remember, they must have low income and resources. Now, there's one group that doesn't even have to be disabled to get this program, and those are individuals who are 65 years or older, even if they're receiving some other form of income. Maybe they've got retirement benefits, but they're very low, or they've got a pension and they don't qualify for retirement benefits. There's still the possibility that they could receive a supplemental security income payment. So this again is assisting people who need assistance. Onward. So now that we know about that, and we know that there's the disability program, well, what's the difference? Well, I love this part because we really get to spell out what happens when you apply for disability and you've paid all those FICA taxes that Josephine was talking about. Now, if you look to the left, the payments that you receive for disability are based on that FICA tax. They are from Social Security trust funds, and they're based on your earnings. So if you're a high roller and you made tons of money, chances are you're going to have a high disability benefit. On the other hand, if you look at SSI, it is assistance. I like to look at disability as a payment like unemployment. You pay into it by working, and then if something happens to your job, or in this case, you become disabled, then you can draw the benefit based on that amount. But SSI works more like TANF or food stamps. It's assistance, and the more needy you are, in other words, the less money, income, and resources you have, the higher your payment will be, up to that $841 for an individual. Again, disability is earned by you, and supplemental security income, SSI, is assistance for you. Now, there are people who have lots of money and they say, well, I can't get disability. No, that's not true. You can't get SSI, but you've paid into disability and it's an insurance. Again, if someone is wealthy, they wouldn't very well qualify for TANF or food stamps or any other public assistance. So in the same situation, someone who files for SSI would not be eligible despite the fact that they had a disability. Each program has provisions for children, but the catch is for SSI, each child would have to be individually disabled. And if there was a benefit for a parent, when we look at disability, it's possible that their underage children, up to age 19, if they're in school or disabled, could draw a benefit based on that parent's earnings. Interesting. Onward. So now you know the big difference between the two programs. Let's tell you a bit about what they have in common. And this is what they have in common. We each have compassionate allowances. They're baked into the program. They're not anything separate, but it's just our way of being able to quickly identify individuals who have severe conditions and would very likely be quickly determined to be disabled. So we fast track those and we target the most obviously disabled individuals first. Again, it's not separate from Social Security and disability and SSI. And for more information, go to socialsecurity.gov/compassionate allowances. Onward. So we've covered compassionate allowances. Let's talk about another program that we have that helps. Wounded warriors are our veterans who become disabled. And if those individuals are 100% disabled and they have those disability ratings from the VA, we also can expedite those claims in many instances. So what does that mean? That means that our veterans who are 100% disabled won't have to wait as long for service to get their Social Security benefits if indeed they qualify. For more information, go to socialsecurity.gov/veterans. Onward. So now what happens? You've applied for disability. You've applied for SSI, one or the other, or maybe even both. And several months go by and you find out that you've been denied. Well, that's not the end of the process. Individuals who've been denied have the right to appeal that decision. However, they have only 60 days from the date on that letter in which they learned that they are denied and declined in order to file an appeal. When they file that appeal, it goes back to the same group of individuals who made the first decision, the Disability Determination Service. But completely different individuals will review it. So it's not the same person looking at your decision and deciding whether or not it was incorrect. It's an entirely different person who is unbiased. So it's fair to you. So just remember, if you get declined for Social Security, disability, or SSI, don't stop there. It's not the end of the process. Even if you're denied a second time, you can file a second appeal. And then you go before a judge and have a hearing. Onward. So in a nutshell, we are with you, even in those situations where you find yourself disabled. I'm going to pass this back to Josephine, though, so she can tell you less about disability and more about Medicare. Josie?
Thank you, Mr. Summer. And yeah, I wanted to touch base on Medicare because when someone is receiving Social Security disability, the first program we mentioned, after 2 years of receiving Social Security disability benefits, a person becomes automatically eligible for Medicare. So it's important to note that if you are receiving Social Security disability benefits, the program in which you were working and paying into FICA taxes, and say the unexpected happened and you become disabled and you're eligible for your Social Security disability benefits, after 2 years of receiving those benefits, you automatically become eligible for Medicare and you are enrolled in Medicare automatically. So let's talk about Medicare a little bit here. So there's 4 parts of Medicare, and here at Social Security, we help with enrolling in Part A and Part B. So we're going to share some information about all the parts, but we'll really get into the Part A and the Part B. So Part A covers emergency hospital visits, and it's free for most individuals who have paid into Medicare taxes. And Part B covers 80% of regular doctor's visits, and Part B currently is $170.10 per month. And that covers, once again, 80% of regular doctor's visits. And Part C is a Medicare Advantage plan, and Part D is a prescription drug plan. If somebody is interested in a Part C or a Part D, they'll want to contact either Medicare directly to enroll or a private health insurance. Now, Part B for 2022, the base premium for Part B this year is $170.10 per month. Now, somebody who's receiving Social Security disability benefits may be also automatically enrolled if they've already hit their 2 years this year. And that means that that 170.10 would be coming out of their benefit automatically every month. Now, there are 3 different enrollment periods other than somebody being automatically enrolled in Medicare after receiving Social Security disability. These 3 enrollment periods are generally for an individual who is enrolling when they turn 65. So people become eligible for Medicare at age 65, 3 months before they turn age 65, the month they turn age 65, and 3 months after they turn age 65. This is the initial enrollment period. Now, if somebody says, you know what, I don't want to enroll in Medicare when I turn age 65. I want to wait because I have insurance through my employer and I'm actively working. They can wait and enroll later on during a special enrollment period, which means that they'll be able to prove during a special enrollment period that they've been actively employed and insured through their employer's group health plan, or their spouse has been actively employed and they've been insured through their spouse's employer's group health plan. This is the special enrollment period. And of course, if somebody doesn't enroll during their initial enrollment period or their special enrollment period, they can enroll later on during a general enrollment period, which is January 1st through March 31st of any year. But there are penalties associated with enrolling during a general enrollment period, and the Part B doesn't begin right away, doesn't start till July of that year. Now, if somebody is receiving Social Security disability benefits early on in life, say they're nowhere near age 65, and I mentioned these enrollment periods are for people that are approaching age 65, they will get Medicare automatically, even if they're not age 65 or close to it, after receiving Social Security disability benefits for 2 years. It will be an automatic enrollment and they won't have to do anything. So I just kind of wanted to differentiate that and share that information with you. Now, Medicare applications for somebody who is looking to enroll, they can enroll online by visiting us at socialsecurity.gov, or you can always give us a call at 1-800-772-1213. Once again, if you are receiving Social Security disability benefits and you've been receiving them for 2 years, you're going to be automatically enrolled, so you won't have to worry about calling us. Now, if you don't want the Part B, then you will want to call us to let us know you don't want it, or you would sign the back of the card stating that you do not want the Medicare Part B. Now, we always like to mention additional resources. If somebody is interested in free Medicare counseling, they can obtain this counseling through the state, through the Senior Health Insurance Program. Now, these counselors, they do not sell or solicit insurance, and they're dedicated to educating people with Medicare. They provide one-on-one counseling. And if you would like to speak to a Senior Health Insurance Program coordinator, you could always give them a call at 1-800-252-8966 if you live in Illinois. If you live in Indiana, you can call 1-800-452-4800. These individuals will specifically help you with Medicare. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the website, socialsecurity.gov, and I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Mr. Summer, so he can give you a little bit of information regarding our website.
Hey, Josephine, before you get started, Daniel, I'm getting a lot of feedback from your sign-in.
Yeah,
So
these are my technical difficulties. Let me, one second.
Okay, no worries. We can go ahead and then we'll go, you let me know, Mr. Summer, once you have those technical issues, resolved, we can go ahead and I'll pass it back over to you. But let's go ahead and look at the screen right here. This is our website. If you type in www.socialsecurity.gov, this is what you're going to see. And this is our front page. This is our main page. Now, I do want to let everybody know that when you visit our website, make sure it has the .gov behind our name. And I'm mentioning this because there are other sites that are posing as us, but they're not us. And they're asking for money if you do an application, or they're asking for money if you request a publication. We do not ask for money in return of resources or completing the application. All of our services on our website are free. So it's important to note that when you visit us, you put the .gov behind our name. And this is what the page is going to look like when you do visit us. So when you visit us, you're going to see all these different boxes with lots of information. If you click on retirement, you're going to get lots of information regarding retirement. If you click on disability benefits, you're going to get lots of information regarding disability benefits. Our website is very user-friendly, and everything is in there as far as the programs. It's very nicely written out. So I encourage you, if you get a chance to visit our website, just to check it out and just to look to see what the benefits and programs, what benefits and programs are available, what they have to offer. This is a great way to get yourself informed on these benefits and programs.
Josephine, I couldn't agree more. And so many people pass this by and they're accustomed to going to the offices and it's like, I'll just go, I'll just call them. Well, many of the things that you commonly do, and you think that you've got to get out in the snow, drive 20 minutes, wait in a line to the office. For example, getting a Social Security card, it's a matter of a few minutes, 15 or so, and it comes in the same amount of time as it would as if you did all those other things. So save yourself some shoe leather, a little gasoline, and a whole lot of time, and go try out the My Account. You'll find not only the opportunity to file for a card, for instance, or to get information on your benefits, but you'll get a calendar and know when every payment comes. So I'm going to tell you just a bit about that account, because people really think they're difficult to set up. And Josie, as you know, that has changed. There used to be a ton of questions on here where they would say, well, who was your mortgage lender back in 1905? What was your phone number when you were 4 years old? We no longer ask those kind of what we call out-of-wallet questions. We just check your information against our own. And therefore, when we say, hey, it all checks out, this is really Cassandra Taylor, well then, we let you in, and that's the golden key to everything about your Social Security. And that's why we call it My Social Security and My Account. Onward. So creating that account is so easy to set up. We now go through login.gov. And you know, some people, especially our vets, already have a login.gov account. So let's not waste it. You sign in there. Others will do ID me, and that's a less preferred thing, but login.gov is easiest, and it was updated and upgraded as of September. We've really gotten our thing together. So you'll choose your username and password. If you're creating a new account, get an activation code, and from there, we're off, onward. So what else can you do besides get a Social Security card and look at your benefits? Oh my. If you don't even have your benefits yet, you can get those personalized estimates of your benefit. So you can play around and say, well, what if I wait till 63? What if I wait till June of the year that I turn 65? What if I wait until 70? If I keep working, how much will my benefits be? It's all right there. Some places want proof that you don't even get benefits. Well, you can do that yourself. And any document you print out, whether it's that 1099 for your benefits, if you print out a benefit verification letter, it's official. It's as good as anything you get from the Social Security Administration if I was across the desk handing it to you. So these are official documents and they are accepted everywhere. Need to change your address or direct deposit? Ever been on the phone a long time waiting for the opportunity? How would you like to take control and just change it yourself? And anytime those things are changed, you get a letter in the mail, so that we know it's you and you know that it is complete. Onward. So how to apply for a replacement Social Security card has evolved as well, because there are people who can do this thing and get it complete. 15 minutes later, you're done. Great, but what happens to those individuals who end up in a situation where they can't complete the full action by themselves? Well, here's what happens. We still give them a leg up on the competition. Instead of just going to the office, we know that you need to have at least part of it done. So you'll have the proper documents when you walk in that office. So if you can request a card online, you look at that dialog box that says yes or no. If your email address is still the same, we'll try to figure out for you what you can do. And if you can't complete the action, have no fear. You can get 75% there. Onward. So now, you go and look at your statements here. Things in your account that you used to get through the mail. Do we all remember back when Social Security sent those things out once a year? And it said, you get this much if you became disabled, this much when you turn 62, that much when you turn 66. Well, fear not. Those things were sent to you around your birthday. But now every day can be your birthday because you have that information at your fingertips. It tells you about your surviving child, your spouse's benefits, the possibility of disability payments, retirements, and Medicare. It's all there. And plus, here's the great part. They've now upgraded those. So for every specific age group, say you're a young person, not quite at retirement yet, 18 or so, there's a specific kind of letter for you, a specific kind of estimate. A little older, getting there toward mid-career, there's something there. Eligible of retirement age, it's different. So it's very customized and it tells you all about how you qualify. Onward. So as you can see, these are very detailed. This is a powerful tool. And if you look at all of those, well, we'll go here, fact sheets. We can tell you all about those because the fact sheets include age-related information for those groups I was telling you about, 18 to 48, 49 to 60, 61 to 69, 70 plus. It tells you about people who might be subject due to their pensions to less payments, and people who are not fully insured, what they need to do to get there and get Social Security benefits. Tells you about your work history, new workers, and all the facts about when you can cash in and when you can get Medicare. So go to ssa.gov/myaccountstatement. Now look at this for the individuals who are Medicare ready. That's right, coming of age for Medicare. This is what we can look at. We can say, hey, what types of Medicare do I need? And it explains the parts of Medicare in detail. So just know that you're not out here alone saying, what is A, B, D? It's all here right there at your fingertips in your very own account. Onward. So once again, remember how we talked about if you apply for a benefit, if you're denied, well, maybe we were putting the cart before the horse, because here's how you apply for benefits. You go online, and that means it's possible to apply for retirement, disability, a spousal benefit, a survivor's benefit. All the time, people are wary though of it, even though it's a simple process, but it's faster to apply yourself if you can. You can't mess up the applications, but for those of you who'd like to schedule an appointment, understand, you call us at 800-772-1213, and what happens is we'll say, we have an appointment in 2 weeks or a month. But if you're applying online, you're applying right now, this second, on your own time, and you can take your time. And if you have any difficulties, we're always there for you. Onward. So Josephine's going to tell you about her favorite tool. I am not going to take this cherry on top away from Josie, because she likes to tell you about the field office locator, so you can find out where the field office is nearest you in your service area. Josephine.
Thank you so much, Mr. Summer, for that great information. And yes, I did mention our field office locator earlier on in the presentation, but I want to mention it again, because if you're unable to do business with us either by online or by phone, you can most certainly visit your local field office. And the way you can find where your local field office is by using the field office locator and entering in your zip code and clicking locate. You can also find your local office's phone number if you visit our local field office locator link here. So once again, we are available to see you in person as of April 7th of this year. However, we are encouraging you to go online to do business or do business with us on phone, so that way you can avoid any lines. Now, we also like to mention that there are individuals out there calling people saying they're Social Security representatives and they are not. We want you to be aware of the fraudulent calls that are occurring. There are people that are they're fraudsters, they're scammers, they're threatening people, they're being aggressive, and they're saying that they're Social Security representatives, but they are not. And if you get a call like that, please just hang up and report that call to oig.ssa.gov. We want to make sure we spread the word, we spread awareness, because we don't want anyone to fall victim to these scams. So we ask that you please share this with your family members, loved ones, and friends, and let them know that if somebody is saying they're from Social Security and they're calling you out of the blue and they're aggressive and they're threatening, that's the red flag, to just hang up. That is certainly not us. We would never do that. We would never threaten you. We would never suspend your Social Security number or threaten to do so. We would never demand immediate payment from you or require payment by cash, gift card, prepaid, debit card, or wire transfer. These are the kind of things these scammers are saying over the phone to people. And if you get a call like this, please just hang up. And of course, you can find us on social media. We have Facebook. We are on Facebook. We're on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and on YouTube. You can follow us at Social Security. So that was some information regarding Social Security disability, how somebody becomes eligible for Medicare after receiving Social Security disability for 2 years, as well as information regarding SSI, supplemental security income. So what if somebody hasn't worked and paid enough into FICA taxes to receive Social Security disability? Well, there's another program, and it's the program Mr. Summer talked about, which is SSI, supplemental security income. That's there for you in case you do not have enough work earnings on your record. There is still a program available for you to help you, and that is called SSI. And we also talked about our online services and how you can reach us and get in contact with us. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Miss Cassandra. Cassandra?
All right. Thank you so much, Josephine. So what I'm going to do before I open up for questions to individuals that are on our Zoom call, I am going to stop the recording. And like I said before, we record and we place all of this onto our YouTube channel and on the Facebook. And to protect the privacy, I don't want any questions just out there in the World Wide Web. So I'm going to stop the recording. Then I'm going